stay. We got our own TV, our own showers, own bathroom, and our own bunk. This is how these people travel.
Bills make me wanna shout.
If you're gonna serve wings at ranch, I don't want to do business with you. I like when I go to a place and I say, "Oh, you have wings," and they say it comes with ranch, I get up and leave, even if I don't get the wings.
And welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Buffalluminati Podcast. Jake, along with your co-host, Jeff. Jeff, how you doing? It's been a while.
It has been a while. I'm feeling good, though. I'm happy to be here at JP's over here in the beautiful garden room.
Yes. Yep, we are coming at you live from JP Fitzgerald's to talk about the worst-kept secret in Buffalo, the Erie County Fair. And we're here to do that today with owner of JP Fitzgerald's and Erie County Fair Board member, Bob Brunner. Bob, how are you doing today?
Hey, doing great, guys. Doing great. I just wish I had a pair of shades to go along with you, and that would look really good. Shades on both sides.
It's always
Man
cooler in the shade. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the Erie County Fair, and why don't we start with Bob, your involvement with the fair, and what do you love about the fair? Tell the people about it.
Loved it ever since I was a little kid. When my parents would bring me and we would sit in the parks, we'd eat our own food. You're able to bring your own food still today. And I've just always been fascinated with it. I love the sights, the sounds, the smells, the excitement of all the rides. The chicken barbecues, and you think of over time how the fairgrounds has evolved. And when you look at Western New York, we have a very short summer, and we have the Taste of Buffalo, where you go and you experience a bunch of food of Western New York. You go to places on the waterfront for live concerts, or Darien Lake for live concerts, etc. And the Erie County Fair wraps all that up into one. And it makes it the 12 best days of summer. You go there for live great shows this year. Young Gravy's coming. Some of the old guys, Chubby Checker, the man, with the twist. He's a free concert that's opening up the first day. And as far as the food goes, it is the largest food event in all of Western New York. So It's really a giant food festival that also has an enormous midway for people to go on rides and get excited. And it has a great grandstand act and a lot of memories that get made over a course of 12 days.
Right. And, I mean, the shirt alone that you guys sold last year, I'm just here for the food. Like you said, it is probably the largest food event.
Yeah.
And, I mean, my God, just so many choices.
Yeah.
And is there anything new coming to the fair this year as far as food options that you can preview? As far as food,
yeah. There's a really cool thing that happened this year. He's actually a former employee here at the restaurant, great guy, Mike Krupski. His wife has celiacs, and they would walk around the fairgrounds, and she always would say to him that, it's a shame I can't eat anything, and I want to eat the fair food. Because you get to the fair, the diets are off limit. You got to taste the fair food. It's only once a year. And they developed an entire 100% gluten-free menu for celiacs. And the name of their stand is Silly Yak. And it's really cool. But you're going to have everything from apple pie to fried Oreos to the bloomin' onion, that'll all be 100% gluten-free. So that's a really cool thing to all of a sudden have at the fairgrounds.
Right, yeah, and just another option for, people, because like you said, thousands of people probably a day,
Yeah.
walk through those grounds. And
Yeah.
sure enough, I'm sure she's not alone with, her dietary restrictions. So to have something like that
Yeah.
and, just alongside with all the great vendors, I always look forward to, I'll shout them out, Widener's.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
their chicken.
Yeah, great chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. Any questions for you, Jeff?
Yeah, so one of my favorite parts of the fair is always the shows. We always got a great line of bands and acts lined up every year. You mentioned my guy Young Gravy.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Who else do we have this year, and what all goes into making them shows happen?
Well, there's a whole marketing team, entertainment team, I should say, and marketing that get together and they look around the country to try to bring in the best acts they can. Okay. To make it affordable, you can't go out and get a Taylor Swift. Obviously, she's selling out, stadiums. But
Causing earthquakes.
probably the easiest way for anybody that's going to the fair is to download the Erie County Fair app. And on it, it lists the whole schedule with pictures, ticket pricing, etc. So there's a bunch of free shows at the grandstand. There's 120 free entertainment shows that are on the ground, that as you're walking around, you can just show up to one of the stages and watch a free show. One in the park, one on the Avenue of Flags, the Dome over on 42nd Street. And it's a lot of great free entertainment. As far as the main stage goes, we start with Chubby Checker. We have Fitz and the Tantrums. We have Flo Rida, which my kids are really excited about. Young Gravy, Clint Black with Clay Walker and Tracy Bird.
Classics.
Need to Breathe. So there's a total mix up there because that's a Christian rock group.
Right.
So you go from the Twist with Chubby Checker, the old guy, to somebody like Bailey Zimmerman, who's one of the hottest young country stars that are out there right now. And by the way, that show sold out. So they had to add another 1,000 seats to the track just to try to accommodate the flow of people that are coming. So that's a big time show. And then, of course, the Guess Who for older people and younger who like it.
I was gonna say, I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure if I'm that older yet, but it's a great show, great bands, and so many great bands. I see the Spinners, and that's all on the app, the Erie County Fair app. You said?
Erie County Fair app. All the information, all the food vendors, the map locations, where you can pick up the tram ride, where all the ATM machines are, security buildings, things like that. They're all listed right on the app. Easiest thing to use.
Right. All right, and with that, you've been doing this for, you said, many years now. You've never missed a fair. What are your top 5 gotta go to spots for the fair? You gotta hit them every year. They're always there. The mainstays, the staples.
Food-wise, entertainment-wise,
all of the above. Yeah. Whereas the 5 places you gotta go, or you highly recommend if you've never been to the fair before, where would you tell people this is you gotta go here?
Well, one of my favorites, and there's a bunch of favorites, but one of my favorites is the Butcher Boys on what we call Broadway. It's a food row on both sides. It is the best roast beef, chicken that I think you can get as far as sandwiches go. The Widener's chicken, we already talked about. Their chicken is phenomenal. And, of course, you got Chevetta's that is synonymous with the Erie County Fair and Western New York, Buffalo. Right. So those are definitely a couple. I'm really, really excited about the celiac because I think that's a cool thing. I did on a new food showdown, I taste tested a couple of his items, and you couldn't tell that they were gluten-free. I mean, they were good, really, really good. Hilby, the German juggler, he's my ultimate favorite. He kind of does the same show every single day, every single hour that he performs, every single year that he's been there, and I still laugh my butt off, man. This guy is hysterical. But those are a couple of them that I don't go without,
Right.
All right, so you talked about a little bit of your staples where you can't miss. What's you got any new exhibits this year?
We do. We got one really, really cool exhibit. It's a tribute to 9/11. It's a touring show that is a dedication to all of the people that lost their lives, all the first responders. And we've been trying since 2000, I believe, 18. Our CEO, Jessica Underberg, phenomenal, by the way.
Shout out.
I do shout out, big time shout out. This girl's the best in the fair industry, and we have her right here in Hamburg, New York. So big time shout out. But she's been working on this exhibit, I believe, since 2018. And we finally have it, and it's coming to the Erie County Fairgrounds. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe the town is getting behind it, and they're having a parade of first responders, from firemen to police officers, et cetera, that are going to escort this truck into the grounds when it shows up. The exhibit will be there for pretty much all the fair, not all of it though. It'll be on display, and people that we've heard from that have been in line for over 30 minutes said it was well worth the wait to go in, and it's a very moving experience. So we're proud to have that coming, you know.
And will that be there all the days, or is it?
No, it's just over half the fair. It'll be
Okay.
there. Yeah.
All right. Make sure
Yeah.
to check the app for
Yeah.
times and dates for that.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
to finish off, you work very closely with the Autism
Community.
community, and you do a lot of charity work for them. And I understand that you set up some sensory hours for the fair.
Yeah. That was a group coordination. There's a gentleman named Dave Whalen that worked very, very close with the Jessica and the fair staff to put together all of the ADA improvements that we need on the grounds. A lot of times we forget about the people that need, people with disabilities, and we seem to look the other way a lot because it's always about us and our time, and we forget about them. So the really cool part of the Erie County Fairgrounds is there's going to be a sensory time from 11 o'clock on August 15th, Tuesday, 11 o'clock till 2 in the afternoon, where all the sounds, all the lights, all the rides are shut down, so that kids from the autistic community, people on the spectrum, other ones with disabilities that get jumpy or can't attend and see the sights and experience the food, it's a quiet time on the fairgrounds. So it's never been done before. We experimented with it last year. It went over extremely well. And on top of that, in our security building, we redid the entire first floor, most of the entire first floor, and it's now a sensory room. So somebody, and you don't have to be on the spectrum, but we all have this overload, and it's a place where you can go, and it's a quiet space, little darker room, little moving lights, just to calm the brain and calm the sensories of people that are on the grounds. And it'd be really cool if more fairgrounds did this.
Right.
I can't speak on behalf of any of the others. All I know is the Erie County Fairgrounds is taking the lead on it and doing a tremendous job.
Mm-hmm.
So
Amazing.
And all that at the largest county fair in the country.
at the largest county fair in the United States of America, right here in Hamburg, New York. It's the largest, and it's
Right.
the 11th largest fair when you include all of the state fairs in the country.
Yeah.
So 11th largest, number one largest county fair. Pretty cool stuff. So, but next year we'll celebrate the 100 years of the straight shows being on the grounds. That's never happened before. So that's Guinness Book of World Records. That's deserves national media, probably an invitation from the
Well, I don't
president.
understand why the largest county fair in the country doesn't get more attention. Especially they had all those shows on like Food Network and stuff where they're coming to the county fairs
Yeah.
and checking out.
Yeah, Carnival Eats.
They did come?
Yeah, they were here.
Nice.
Yeah, problem with those, they show up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you got to get somebody up, turn their fryers on, get working. I think, oh my God.
You want to help us out? Get on TV?
Yeah.
All right. So, we are back here to talk about now J.P. Fitzgerald's, your pride and joy. You are the owner and operator of. We got some great food here from the kitchen. Shout out to the boys in the kitchen.
Yep.
So why don't we start with real quick? We'll explain what these dishes are. We have a fair special, I understand, for the Erie County Fair. This is the buffalo poutine. You got chicken fingers, blue cheese. It looks like cheese curds, all on top of French fries with a little bit of scallions on there. Looks amazing. And then your classic combo. Bob, do you want to tell us about the classic combo?
Combo started here 34 years ago, and we put it together, and it's been a staple ever since. We have a combo 1, combo 2. I had at one time, I talked with Brett, who you know well in the kitchen, that we need to get on a podcast and we need to talk about Combo Nation. And we need to have somebody like him represent us and have it called Combo Nation and have a ball on a podcast talking about our food.
Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you, SonicSoul Media will present Combo Nation. We'll get on that.
There we go.
But I mean, it's the Buffalo classic, wings and weck.
Yeah.
What more could you want with fries? What more could you want?
Yep.
So you want to tell us a little bit about the history of JP's and all the many additions that you have put on this place. I know the newest one came this spring and summer.
Yeah. I named the restaurant after my grandfather. His name was John Patrick Fitzgerald, so hence the JP's. He was always called throughout his life as his son, my uncle, Jim, was always called Fitz, which is pretty synonymous with Fitzgerald. So, you walk around town, everyone calls you Fitz. So we had a character drawn, and that's his part of our branding, and we labeled him Fitz, 34 years ago. Nobody calls the place Fitz or Fitzgerald's. They call it JP's. Yep. So that didn't go over too well, other than the fact that everyone knows what Fitz is.
Yep.
And so we named it after my grandfather. And since then, it was a really small little, I call it 2x4, old-time bar, neighborhood bar. There was room for 2 legal parking spots, okay? So it was really, really small. And 9 additions later, we have what we have today. We have several rooms. We got a humongous waiting area, great hostess station area, great entranceway. We got a large bar room, outdoor bar patio, eating patio for outdoors. We have our garden room, our Guinness room, our Waldorf room, our Dublin room, our Ireland room. And our last addition was an addition onto the kitchen, and that's for mainly for baking our bread. It was a lot of manual hours that was going into baking our bread, and we're now up with the times, and it's a pretty cool machine to watch. Sometimes I just go back there when it's baking, and I stare at it and watch the bread turn around, and it starts getting darker and darker, and it's really made a huge improvement in the quality of the product that we're serving, along with our roast beef and corned beef, which we took out of our prep area to free up space in our prep area, and we moved that out in the new addition. And that's really helped all the way around. Our walk-in cooler, new walk-in cooler, freezer, all of that product used to sit in our existing walk-in coolers and freezers. So by adding the addition on, it's freed up a lot more space in our freezers and coolers, and helped us to get a little more organized, better organized, I should say.
All right. So sitting on the table, we got a little taste of what you guys make here. What else do you guys make? What are you guys great at? What's your specialties?
Well, as Jake said, the combos are a staple here. Our biggest seller that we have is our Reuben sandwich. When we first started with it, we served it open. It was an open-faced Reuben. It still is today. But we never served it closed. And that's what helped stake the claim as West New York's best Reuben sandwich, is nobody's ever eaten one open. So it was something that was new. It was inventive. And since we have it on the menu now and offer it as a closed Reuben or open Reuben. But that's the number one staple. Second is the beef on weck in our combos, and then chicken Slovakis. What's creeping up really fast to the top has been the blackened salmon, our rice bowls, and our Fitz Fresh menu.
So the whole new healthy menu, the Fitz Fresh menu, as you call it, that seems to be popular. And I know that, obviously the Buffalo staples will forever be the Buffalo staples and the Reuben. Can people with this new addition, you're pumping out a lot more ryes. Can we expect to maybe see them somewhere soon? Can we bring them home so we can make our own? Maybe some roast beef?
Definitely going to see it. There is another future edition that's planned, and that's a bigger retail space, which will also have other things that I can't disclose right now. But very soon, people will be able to buy the rye bread to take home and the rye rolls. And right after that will be the roast beef, the corned beef that they'll be able to take home too.
Awesome. And I mean, that's going to be great. Just to, like you said, rye rolls. I don't think I've ever heard of it until coming to this restaurant and eating here. So it is definitely a very different thing that you would think would be out there. But the fact that it's not, I mean, it's very unique.
We have something else cool coming too.
All top secret?
No, I'll let you know that very soon will be the JP's Irish Red Beer. It's being branded right now. The recipe is done. And that's going to be sold in 4-pack. Should be in supermarkets. It's going to be here for sale. And we're going to have it kegged, so you'll be able to buy draft beer of it. And if it goes over the way we think it is, we're going to add to the line and make sure that the quality's there first. And once we come up with something that is going to be what we think is a premium product, then we'll bring it to market.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. A Buffalluminati secret exposed.
Yeah, there's nobody that knows about this. So,
JP's beer.
Yeah. Yeah, we let a little cat out of the bag there.
Anyway, one of my favorite groups to be a part of is the Bills Mafia, and word on the street is you've been taking trips to Ireland?
Ooh, we've been taking a lot of trips to Ireland for a lot of years. This year was pretty special because Bills Mafia was at the Cliffs of Moher. Bills Mafia was at the Guinness Brewery. Bills Mafia was at the Jameson Distillery. Everywhere we went, we took group pictures with the Bills flag representing Bills Nation, Bills Mafia. And it was really, really cool this year. Really cool.
Yeah, and we're going to put up those photos just so that everyone can see. Obviously, we're coming into the season now. It's our year, hopefully.
Yeah.
And it's worth mentioning that JP's is not 10 minutes down the road from the new stadium and the old stadium. Yeah. You can always come here after a game to celebrate a win, get a good bite to eat.
Or watch the game here.
Yeah, if you can't get in, especially with now that I hear that the new stadium's going to have less seats. So you're going to need a comfortable place with a hot meal and a cold beer. Where else but JP's right here on Clark Street in Hamburg?
That's right. You want to watch the Bills game here. And besides the Bills games, you can watch the entire NFL season play out here at JP's. With the DirecTV YouTube channel, we're streaming. We're still showing on DirecTV. They've allowed us to. Every NFL game we broadcast here. So there's a lot of places that you go to. You only go and see the Bills game and what's on channel 2, 4, or Fox, whichever, who's ever playing it. We show them all. Right. We got them all on. So if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, come in. Yeah.
We come in here and, there's all sports on. Hockey, baseball, basketball, college, professional. You can get it all here at JP's.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting year this year.
Yes.
When you got Josh Allen, you're always in a game. And as long as everybody stays healthy, they're going to be a tough team to beat this year.
No more jet ski rides.
Can I let another cat out of the bag?
Yeah.
They're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Oh.
You heard it.
You heard it here first.
That's a fact.
All right. Secret's out.
Lock it in.
Bob, thank you so much for your time today. We really do appreciate it.
It was great, guys. This was awesome.
Yep. Can't wait to go to the fair and have some fun. And now we're going to enjoy this meal.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for another great episode of the Buffalluminati. Thank you, Jeff. And do you want to let the people know where we're going to be next?
Well, word on the street is we're going to do a repeat of last year opening. What is it? Our first game? Season opener?
Season opener.
Thursday night. Middle of the street, Lockport, New York, Main Street, middle of the city I meant. Bill's Elvis tailgate party for a good cause, I'm sure. I forget at the moment what that cause is. Is there a donation?
There will be. It is a charity fundraiser. I will put
always
the
a
details
charitable
right
event.
up over our faces, and we'll put the details up, and we'll have more of that on the Buffalluminati Instagram and the Buffalluminati or the Talk 716 Facebook group.
Don't
Once
forget
again-
to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment,
Perfect.
everything. Thank you guys.